Hi FoodTube, Kerryann here. I'm going to show you two super simple recipes for homemade fudge. We're going to make a rum and raisin fudge and we're going to make a peanut butter fudge. It's a delicious treat to have around the house on special occasions or all the time, and it's a great idea to give away as a gift. So let's get started. So first we're going to do the rum and raisin fudge. Now before we start, in here I've got 50 grams of just ordinary raisins, and here I've got a large shot of dark rum, and I'm just going to pour that over the raisins to give them a little bit of moisture and let them soak up all that lovely rum. Right, now here I have a heavy bottomed pan, and I'm going to put that over a medium to high heat. It's very important to have a heavy bottom pan because we're going to be working with quite a bit of sugar. And the reason why we're using a heavy bottom pan is to distribute the heat evenly so that our sugar doesn't burn before our fudge is ready. Into this pan, I'm going to add 55 grams of butter. You can use salted or unsalted, it's up to you. I'm going to add 160 mils of water, and then 450 grams of caster sugar, and 1 tin of sweetened condensed milk. And then give it just a little mix. We don't want to aggravate it too much. While that's coming up to a boil and the sugar is dissolving, I'm going to take a vanilla pod and I'm going to split it down the middle, just like that. And then I'm going to scrape out all the lovely seeds and then straight into our fudge mixture. And the other side, in we go with that. Now you don't want to throw this away because they're quite expensive. So a great tip when you've used your vanilla pod, shove that in a jar of sugar and you get free vanilla sugar. I've got a wooden spoon and I'm just going to stir and stir and stir until all of the sugar has dissolved. You'll know when the sugar's dissolved because you won't feel that sort of gritty, sandy texture at the bottom of the pan. It's quite time consuming making this, but at the same time it's also quite therapeutic. I mean, I like to stand here and daydream while I'm doing this and think about my fantasy football team and who I'm going to transfer and who scored this weekend. See, I'm doing it now and I haven't even realised. Once the sugar's dissolved, what we want to do is we want to sort of boil it and stir it at the same time for about another 10 to 15 minutes until it changes colour and thickens slightly. So my friends, you'll see that this is boiling up nicely now. We want to keep stirring it and keep boiling it for about another 10 minutes until it starts to darken in colour and thicken slightly. Now, what we need to do with this is turn the heat off, and we need to continue to stir it and beat it for about another 10 minutes to cool it down and to try and get a bit more air into it. Right, now at this stage, what we want to do is we want to drain off the excess rum from our raisins. In we go with our rum-soaked raisins, and we're going to beat those in nicely. I have a nice baking tray that I've lined with cling film, and I've just brushed it very, very lightly with plain flavourless oil, sunflower oil, vegetable oil, and I'm going to plop that in, and we're going to splodge this out evenly in the tray. So that's the first recipe, rum and raisin fudge, ready to go in the fridge. Now we're going to start with the peanut butter one. Going to put the same pan again on a medium to high heat, and to it I'm going to add 480 grams of caster sugar, 160 grams of whole milk, and 180 grams of smooth peanut butter, and a vanilla pod. And we want to just leave that for a second and just let the sugar dissolve. We don't really want to do too much to it just yet. And now I just want to give this a little stir to distribute the sugar and the milk and the peanut butter, mix it all together. Now I want to leave this alone completely without touching it for 2.5 minutes. That's all. So we're going to leave that, and I'm just going to stand over it and guard it and protect it. What I want to do is I want to turn off the heat, and I want to mix this for another 5 minutes or so just to cool it down. Just mixy, mixy, mixy. I've been beating this for about 4 or 5 minutes, and you'll see that it's got a lot more air. It's started to come into a nice big lump. We're going to go again the same, straight into a cling filmed and oiled tray, and we're just going to push it out just like that, and again into the fridge until it's cool completely and set. Right, so my fudge has been chilling out in the fridge, and as you can see, it doesn't look like how we were expecting it to look, but I'm actually quite impressed with myself because instead of making fudge, I've made Scottish tablet. It's exactly the same thing, it's just a little bit harder and a little bit more crumblier, which in actual fact I really, really like. The reason for that is because I weren't using a sugar thermometer. Now, I'm not that kind of person. I don't use all those fandangled sciencey stuff. I just kind of work off my instincts. And this time they were wrong, but it all turned out good in the end because I've still got a really, really great treat. And here is the peanut butter one. This is great to eat as just a candy, a little sweet treat, but it's even better crumbled up over some chocolate ice cream. You will eat it and you'll cry because it's that good. So that's it. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on in the comments box below. If you ended up making fudge or tablet just like me, which flavours you wanted to choose, which flavours you might like to do, but most importantly, just have fun. In the meantime, like it if you like it, subscribe if you want, it is free after all, but most importantly, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Happy cooking! Chocolate truffles. They are incredibly decadent and incredibly delicious. What am I waiting for? Let's get started. First things first, I've got a nice solid pan, and to that